Christine, I want to thank you for taking the time. And one of the things our focus here is to have a real life story and talk about what's happening in the wake of this virus. And so um, I'm going to say this a little bit jokingly, but life was perfect for you until about 7 weeks ago. And all of a sudden you got hired for a position that if I'm understanding it right, you didn't apply for. And all of a sudden, you have a full-time job that was unexpected and it brought about some crazy moments. But at the same time, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about the crazy first of all, okay? What happened 7 weeks ago for you from your advantage point?
All of a sudden I'm teaching kids and I'm trying to manage two jobs, actually working from home. And um, it was just a lot. It was a lot of confusion. It was a lot of frustration. It was a lot of challenge. And I think that was the biggest thing was it was just everything happened all at once. And then it wasn't just me, it was my whole family. I mean, it was my kids too, that they lost a lot in this ordeal as well. I mean, it's not just about the parents having to adjust. These kiddos, their world got rocked too.
There was a moment that seemed to be, if you will, can I use the word meltdown?
Oh, definitely. You could use the word meltdown, and I called it an adult temper tantrum. I threw a fit.
Talk about that. Would you mind just being vulnerable with that?
On this particular day, it was, I think, the very beginning of our new normal, so we're calling it. And my oldest daughter had just got her Chromebook, so we had just started the e-learning. And when we got it, we were trying to get logged in and passwords weren't working. Emails weren't syncing. We weren't able to it wasn't a smooth transition like we would all hope it would have been. And then I forgot to get my youngest daughter, who's 6, her new packet from the school. And this was on, I think, a Wednesday. So, I mean, I had already basically messed up the whole week, right? And at one point at that time, we were sitting at our dining room table and, nothing's getting signed in, nothing's really going our way. And then my 10-year-old kept like rolling her eyes at me and kept sighing at me and just kind of blaming me. And I literally slammed the table and I got up and I walked away and I went into my room and I fell to the floor. I mean, I fell to the floor and I wept. I mean, it was definitely a meltdown. And it was probably a lot of days worth of stress and anxiety and frustrations, but that day just took the cake. And after I basically could breathe again, I just, God, I need you now. I cannot do this alone. I didn't think I was trying to do it alone, but I certainly wasn't doing it well, and just opened up my heart and my eyes and my mind. And one thing I asked for was to have the mind of a child again. Because like I said, this isn't just the parents that are trying to adjust, my kids. And I even said that I'm not the victim here. They kind of were, because they don't want to be doing this either. And then we can't send them out to play with the neighborhood kids. We can't say, hey, let's go to the park and burn off steam. There's, just so much of what we are used to was sort of stripped away. And so we all just sort of had that time of, I cannot do this on my own. And my goodness, Lord, please help me. Please wrap your arms around us. And, got up, got my composure, went out to the table, and the girls had calmed down as well. And I said, all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to go do something outside, and then we're going to tackle this later. So that was when I kind of told people about it after we had gotten our composure and went outside and picked up the pieces.